Hi guys, good afternoon or good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. My name is Laquana McIntyre and I am successful too. You are tuned in to The Road to Success, where we talk about all things entrepreneurship and mindset. And today's video, guys, I want to provide you with a video in my new series, Breaking Free from a 9 to 5. This series is so important because if you are interested in becoming an entrepreneur, it's important for you to adopt the mindset that a successful entrepreneur has. Today's video, let's talk about the journey from employee to entrepreneur. So let's be honest. We all know that this is not an easy journey. The journey from employee to entrepreneur is going to be a trial and error. And you know what? Honestly, I could speak for myself because that's currently what I'm going through right now. So let me just speak on real life experiences, okay? So employee to entrepreneur, guys. So I've been an employee all of my life, like most of us have. Most of us has not owned businesses. We've not seen anyone start a business. We haven't grew up in families where, you know, someone else has a business and is passing on the business on to us. A lot of us are first generation business owners, and that is the case for myself. So my family, you know, I've had people in the family pursue a business, but yet to have anyone to have a thriving business where there's enough income coming in where, you know, we no longer have to work or they no longer have to work. So my goal is to build up a business where I no longer have to work for anyone. So what does that take, being an employee? Okay. Let's first of all talk about the difference with being an employee to an entrepreneur. As an employee, let's just be honest. I mean, it doesn't take much thought into being an employee except for dragging yourself into work. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, I mean, you have someone that's going to hold you accountable. Your AKA your boss, because if you don't come to work, then you're going to get written up or eventually fired. So to be an employee, it's hard. It really is. But the reason why it's hard is because a lot of us are in jobs that we absolutely hate and jobs that we absolutely despise. And let's just be honest. I mean, a lot of times when you're working for someone else, it's not going to be something that you enjoy, because this is fulfilling someone else's dreams, not your own. For me, the true happiness in life is living life the way you want to live it. So what comes with being an employee is showing up to work, clocking in, and following orders. Because that's what you're doing. You're following orders, in my opinion. I mean, and then you're being told when to take your break, when to take your lunch, when you can take a day off. It's like you're being babysat by an adult. To me, working a job, it's like being babysat, and yes, you're getting paid to do your job, absolutely, but again, there's this job has control over your life. Let's just be honest. Like, so to me, again, it doesn't take much when it comes to your mindset as an employee, except for training yourself to get up on time, to get to work and not be late. And of course, you want to do your job well. So of course, you want to pay attention at work. You want to focus. But as long as you do those things right, you would be a successful employee. Okay, you would be a successful employee. If it's a job that you don't like, all you got to do is, you know, pray, of course, pray. But go get your degree or find a job that you do like. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just one of them people who don't want to take orders. So again, it doesn't take much to be an employee, in my opinion. It's more of a you thing when it comes to being an employee if it doesn't work out for you. Which, if being an employee does not work out for you, which is why you may want to consider being an entrepreneur. So when it comes to an entrepreneur, you're running the show. You know, you're making the decisions. You are calling the shots. So being an entrepreneur, and I'm sorry y'all, message just popped up on my phone, which is hilarious, by the way. Being an entrepreneur, it's so you want to have those good habits. Let's just be honest. You want to have those good habits as an employee, but it's going to be more important as an entrepreneur, because if you want to be able to continue to make a living for yourself, bring in income, sustain your business, you have got to have the capacity to do so. What is the capacity? The capacity is having good habits, good daily habits, a routine, getting up on time in the morning like clockwork. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't have anyone that's like cracking, I like to say cracking the whip on your back, but you don't have nobody like monitoring you. So it's easy to lay out of work and say, I don't feel like working today. But as an entrepreneur, if you do that, just know you're not going to possibly get paid today unless you are generating passive income. And even with that, you need to continue to work in order to keep, again, that income coming in. Being an entrepreneur is all about planning, having strategy, eliminating distractions, and knowing like it's going to take sacrifice. You may possibly work harder than what you would have when you worked for someone. Because here's the thing. Working for someone, you have those set hours, but after those hours you get to go home, do whatever you want to do. Versus a business, absolutely you can set your schedule that way to do what you want to do after certain hours, but more than likely you're going to have to invest a little bit more time to see some traction. That's what it is, because we're talking about building something from the ground up. And that's like raising a baby. Let's just be honest. It takes a lot of work. So that's why it says an entrepreneur, it's going to take a lot of self-work, self-exploration, like exploring who you are, your mindset, your spirituality, your discipline. Because it's just not one of those things where you could just say, I want to run a business, and then you just keep the same bad habits you may have had, or you can't go in with an employee mindset running a business. I'm just going to be honest. Like, you just can't. Okay. So my journey from employee to entrepreneurship has been a difficult one because I've always had an employee mindset. I've always waited for instruction. Versus now I'm training my brain to be a self-starter, self-motivated, a go-getter, which is why now I have a daily routine. I have a schedule. I have to block my time out from morning all the way down to the evenings, so I can make sure that I have time dedicated to my business, to my mental health, to things I have to get taken care of around the house, daily tasks, having a social life. And not only that, I understand the importance of having a rest day, having that day off, because if you don't have that day off, you'll become burnt out and overwhelmed, and you be back at somebody's job. So the journey from employee to entrepreneurship has not been an easy journey, but it's been a journey that's worth it because it's really helped me evolve as a woman. It's helped me grow. It's so crazy because it's even helped me have boundaries when it comes to my personal life. Like, I live my life off of a calendar now. And to me, when you have a calendar, some people may feel like there's no flexibility there, but there is, because again, you're in control of your time. So if you already got something scheduled, you can cross it out and do something else if you want to. That's your autonomy. But I would say having a calendar also keeps you accountable, because if you already see you have something scheduled for this particular time on this XYZ date, and someone just randomly says, hey, let's do this, I mean, it's easier to say no, because it's like, well, that time's already taken up, but are you available this date? And that's good for the people who don't know how to say no. So this video, very brief, but just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect on your road to being an entrepreneur. And you might want to think about it. Is owning and running a business something that you really, truly want to do? Is that something you really want to do? Do you really want to have full control over everything, from the creative side to the logistics side to the technical things, the customer service? Like, and if you have employees, you have to, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. And, hopefully you can graduate to the level where you can get help, because as your company is growing, I don't recommend running the business by yourself. I do recommend having help, because I plan on getting help eventually. But right now it's just a one-woman show. It's just me, because my business is still like in the baby stages. I've been through a lot of trial and error. I've had my business now for a year and a half, and I've had a lot of failures. I had more failures than wins. But I'm still going. I'm still going, because I understand that's what it takes, and my mindset has been built up strong enough where I can handle it. And I understand, I gotta work for somebody or do something until I can make enough income where I'm working for myself. But yeah, it's not for the weak. It's not. So just, if you are an employee and you plan to transition over to an entrepreneur, I would recommend to build up your mindset first. Build up your mindset. I always say this: if there is anything that you're currently going through at home, relationship problems and stuff like that, unless the business is like a therapeutic outlet for you, I mean, a lot of times I would even recommend to rectify those things first. Like, if you got to end that relationship first, end that relationship, because your partner being jealous of you starting a business and, God forbid, have a successful business is a real thing. There is really some people out here who is jealous of their significant other because they're wanting to do something different or better with their life. So just consider those factors. I hope this video resonated with someone. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Be sure you thumbs up, like, and subscribe.